Swamiye Sharanam Ayyappa. In all people who follow this culture of Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma, there is a wonderful tradition that is built into our everyday lives, because we have learnt from our great scriptures like the Bhagavad Gita that ingratitude is a grievous sin. There is forgiveness for nearly everything that we do wrong. However, there is no real forgiveness for ingratitude, for we as humans have received so much from our families, our communities, our forefathers to even be able to exist in the way that we do, and to inculcate the sense of gratitude in our everyday lives, like when visiting someone's home, when we go to see a newly born baby, all of these kinds of things. None of us go without taking something. Most often they tell us to take something sweet so that we can bring the sweetness into relationships. If that is what we do with human beings, would we not want the sweetest relationship of all to be our connection with the divine? In this way, when we visit temples, even on a regular basis, not for any specific festival, we would always want to take something with us. We'll call it an archane, maybe some fruit, some coconut. This all is meant to bring our minds, our bodies all in tune with our visit to that divine or sacred abode. To know that we are going to take something which is an offering from us. We have the wonderful understanding that everything is created by this divine, but we still want to offer something to them. As we are on this path towards realizing that true divine nature within ourselves, which we ultimately want to offer, we need some kind of tools, some kind of support. And these are the things that we use. We use an archane when going to the temple. We take a tray with the best of fruits or some sweetmeats that you have lovingly prepared. In the same way, when it is the time of a celebration, like Kavadi for Lord Murugan, we carry something with us. We carry that Kavadi on our shoulders, and that milk is offered to the divine. When we worship the divine Mother Shakti, we carry this karagam. And when it comes to the worship of Lord Ayyappa, we carry something called an Irumudi. Now, this is a very unique sort of offering that the devotees of Swami Ayyappan will carry with them as they visit the temple of Swami Ayyappan, Sabarimala in Kerala in India, and Sri Ayyappa Chetram here in South Africa. So, this is only done after the devotee has completed a fast of minimum of 41 days. On the morning before they will begin their yatra or their journey to the temple, together with other devotees who have undertaken this before, a Guru Swami, someone who's done this many times before and guides the devotees on this path or this journey. They will fill a coconut with ghee that is then sealed and kept in one portion of the Irumudi, and the other portion is filled with various things. Also one coconut that is in its natural state, some rice, some camphor, agrabati, kungumam, all things that will be used for puja along the journey to the destination of the abode of Swami Ayyappan. This is then tied in the center, and this is where the name comes from. Irumudi, Iru means two, and Mudi means knot. So this knot is done at the center of the bag, dividing it into two parts. Now, beautifully this is carried on the head of that Ayyappa Bhakta who is going to the temple, and it has beautiful logical and scientific meaning. The part of the ghee-filled coconut is carried right here in the front, in the frontal lobe or the frontal portion of the brain. The knot is somewhere towards the back, and the remaining part of the bag sort of hangs down the back of the neck. And this is where the sort of more primal nature of our brain exists, where the frontal lobe of the brain is where decision making is made. It is where all progressive thinking occurs. Therefore, this offering which will be made to Swami Ayyappan is carried on that particular point. It activates the energy, the chakras, the nadis that exist there. It activates the physical brain, the frontal lobe of the brain, while it is held with some pressure there, and the rest of it on the back. So, in the significance of that, related to our journey through life, all of these materials like rice representing prosperity, all of this puja samagri, which is the puja materials like camphor and vibhuti, kungumam, agrabati, that will be used along the way, represents all of those things we gain in life, like the prosperity, material wealth, all of the different types of experiences that we have, both good and bad, those which are there for more of an enjoyable aspect, those which bring more difficult times in our lives. It is a mix of all of these things. And we understand that right here, like we explain about evolution, from our lower selves, our lower thinking, we should use up all of those ingredients that are there. And therefore, that is used along the way until we reach the temple of Swami Ayyappan, the bottom of this holy 18 steps. Finally, that coconut is broken, the coconut from the back is broken at the bottom of these 18 steps, because it is here that we want to expose our true selves. We want to crack our ego, that whatever is left of it along this journey of the yatra to the temple through our fasting, we would have hoped to rid ourselves of many of the negative, lower tendencies, qualities that we have. When this devotee carrying the Irumudi reaches the base of the 18 steps, the coconut from the back portion of the Irumudi is broken. It is at this point when we are close to the divine, when we would have, through our fasting, through our journey to the temple, representing the journey of ourselves closer to that divine nature, when we are in close proximity to that, there might be still some of those qualities, that ego, jealousy, anger, that we could not have gotten rid of. It is thus with great effort that the devotee breaks this coconut at the base of this 18 steps, so that we make every effort before coming into contact with this Lord that we have worshipped over these last 41, 48 days, that we try to rid ourselves. It is not any negativity, any evil outside of ourselves that we are trying to get rid of. It is those qualities within us that shroud the divine light that exists in each and every one of us, that which brings us unbroken joy. It is not that joy that is for a few minutes and can be lost after that to the opposite of sorrow, but that bliss that is unending, which we are all seeking for. So that is the last thing left in that bag, which is cracked at the bottom of the 18 steps. The devotee ascends, and finally coming into the sanctum sanctorum, the Garbhagraha of Swami Ayyappan, where he is housed, they will do one pradakshinam and find themselves with the last thing that is left from the very front of their heads, from the best of their thinking, the best of their decision making. That thinking is always guided by divinity, by positivity. They will take that coconut, and it is then unsealed, and the ghee inside is used for the abhishekam on the beautiful murti of Swami Ayyappan. And that coconut represents our very selves. The outer shell, which is hard and difficult to break through, is that which represents our ego. Normally when we speak about a person also, we say they're so hard-headed when they don't want to listen to our advice or something positive. That hard-headedness of ourselves is what we want to break open. It is that which exposes this pure ghee inside. Ghee is used not just by any random chance. Ghee is a substance that represents the ultimate refinement of ourselves, our very being. Ghee's original source is milk, the pure milk that comes from the cow, that which is then churned, where we get butter. From the butter is further refined into getting ghee. It is the last process. Ghee cannot be refined into anything more. Just like the concept of Shiva and Vibhuti or ashes cannot be burnt into anything more than that. It is the final stage. Like that, the ghee is the final stage of the refinement of milk. And that is the kind of refinement that the devotee is seeking. And Irumudi is not carried to be able to see how physically fit we are, how we can endure the discipline of fasting or Vratham. It is for each and every step to be able to refine us as an individual, that we are worthy of merging with this divine that we see, and that is why this ghee is poured over that Swami Ayyappan. The purity of self merging with the purity of the divine. They are in fact one and the same once we uncover all the layers of negative thoughts, negative ideas, negative qualities that take us slowly away from that. And this is the beautiful symbology of carrying an Irumudi, as well as the contents of that Irumudi of Lord Ayyappa. Swami Sharanam Ayyappa.